what's up, man? What you doing?
Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm just Snyder cutting.
Yeah.
Snydercult.
Hold on, man. Somebody on the line.
Snydercult.
I got somebody else on the line.
Yo.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
Snydercult!
Snydercult!
Hey, yo, guys, hold up. My mom's calling, alright? Snydercult! Snydercult!
March the 18th, hallelujah.
Alright. Snydercult!
That's my boy. Oh, yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Double, you bet. I like chicken, watermelon, and grape soda. You know what? I'm wrong for that. I'm doing my people. You should disown me. I should have never did that. What up, everybody? We're back on a Fatal J Live. And there's a lot of people out there in YouTube land and Twitter land saying, Fatal J, you owe us. I made some bets with people. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm the villain. You can call me Dark Side. I don't keep my bets, you dumb freaker. It's the internet. You know what I mean? They talking about Fatal J, you owe me money. Fatal J, you owe me push-ups. Freak that. It's an old song out there where this dude will be spitting, he'll be rapping, and he'll be like, man, funk that. Funk that. You know what I mean? Glad you're here. Smash that like button. We about to get into it. It's going to be one of those awesome streams, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why my lips is doing that, but it's going to be one of those awesome streams. One of those fatal lies where it's just going to be me and you. So get ready for this awesome day. Pause. Let's get into it. Let's see what everybody up to. We got Brother Man in the building. Salam, brother. Assalamualaikum salam. We got Hardball. Apparently, I was too late for the Spider Paul. So my answer is neither. It'll make good bank, but probably not $1 billion. Okay, I got you. Definitely got you. Welch's grape all day, baby. Just make your lips smack. It's so good. A bet is a bet and a deal is a deal. I don't give a freak. I'm not keeping no bets. I don't give a freak. It's the internet. It ain't real. It ain't real. Now, let me tell y'all something. I did honestly come into the game thinking that this James Gunn Superman was going to be something really explosive. I really did. I thought it was going to be something huge. But I was wrong. And while I was sitting up there watching the Superman movie, Superman 2025, I had a good time. And I told people this. It didn't give me that cinematic feel like Man of Steel did, you know? And maybe in my heart of hearts, and I'm not going to never do this again because it seems like Hollywood is just so dry now when it comes to ideas. But I came into this movie so hyped. And I've told y'all from the beginning, from Jump Street, I'm not a James Gunn fan, but I had faith in his writing. And when it comes to James Gunn, I'm going to be honest with you, it just didn't have that cinematic feel. Was it a bad film? No. Was it a good film? Yes. Did it have some dry spell moments in it? Yes. Did it have flaws? Yes. You know? And when it comes to these films, like, let me show y'all this for instance. I'm going to show. This dude made an excellent point, and I want y'all to check this out. Very excellent point by this dude right here. Check out what this dude said. Very interesting what he said. Let me change my background too. I got to stay fly. on my backgrounds. What kind of background am I going to pick today? Bye, y'all. The Dark Council. Let's check this out right here. Y'all want some music too? That kind of sucks. Okay, there we go. So let's check this out, man. Let's check this out. So, homie saying right here, he said, in case you're keeping score, Superman still hasn't really broken even. And he's right. The Fantastic Four First Steps was a bomb. Thunderbolts was a bomb. Black Captain America was a bomb. The Marvels was a bomb. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was a bomb. Thor Love and Thunder was a bomb, an ultra bomb. Matter of fact, Thor Love and Thunder was a dong, not a bomb. He said Eternals was a bomb. Black Widow was a bomb. Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings was a bomb. Captain Marvel was a bomb. All bombs. And the way it's looking with Superman, Superman was a bomb. And that hurt me because y'all know that I'm a DC head, you know? So he said, why? Because the studios thought they knew better than the fans. That's facts. And we, the fans, had to show them how wrong they were. Our votes may not matter so much anymore, but our wallets definitely do. Just look at all those bombs this dude listed, though, you know? Superman, I hate to say it, Superman, bomb. Fantastic Four, bomb. Thunderbolts, bomb. Look at all those CBMs that didn't hit, you know? Brother man, are they really making Superman? Yes, we're going to speak on that, brother man. We're going to speak on Superman going digitally this Friday. We're also going to speak on Spider-Man is already getting promotion. So does that mean Fantastic Four failed? Have you noticed nobody is talking about Fantastic Four no more? Hold on, was that a bar? Fantastic Four no more. Bar. Sure, let's continue though. Vader J, you know that the DeMayo will make you do that exercise live stream as soon as this internet starts working. This internet starts working. You're screwed. Just wait a lot. It's his internet. First off, let me tell you something. The DeMayo internet is trash. And I can say that honestly because when it comes to the DeMayo been trashing my internet for years. My internet has stepped up because I understood I had to put money into this thing. DeMayo, he rather put his money into booty shaking video games and motorcycles. Now I gotta give DeMayo the motorcycle thing. He the king of the road, but still, get it together. You got an addiction, man. You know, but let's get back to it. So, as you can see, man, this has been a terrible, it seemed like after Endgame, it's been a terrible years of trash. And my dude is right. It's because they're not paying attention to the fans. Simple and plain. I thought that was very interesting, though. Let's check out the news, though. This is the big news of the night. Glad y'all came here. Oh, and let me tell y'all something. If you don't smash that like button, if you don't share this stream, I want you to meet my cousin. I said, let you meet my cousin. So you better smash that like button. Smash it now. continue with the news. Check out the news right here. Without a care. Let's check out the news right here. So, no need to panic, folks. While some fans have voiced frustration, let me blow this up. No need to panic, folks. While some fans have voiced frustration over Superman hitting digital just 35 days after release, that's a case to be made that Warner Brothers is making the right move. Shaggy? A lot of fans are going ballistic about the early release. You have the Snyder cultists celebrating. Matt McGloin, you know I know you, bro. You my homeboy. That's why I always shout out Cosmic Book News when I read your article. Matt, you've been kind of acting cultist too. I'm just saying. Let's continue. A lot of fans are going ballistic about the early release. You have the Snyder cultists celebrating. And then there are those fans wary the early release signals the newly launched DCU is in trouble. I'm kind of thinking that too. But the DCU is not in trouble until Batman does bad. And the funny thing about Batman doesn't do bad. Batman is like Spiderman when it comes to Marvel. It just don't do bad. Let's continue. However, let's make a more optimistic approach to the Superman early digital release, which actually might be the right call. Okay, Matt, let's see what you're saying. He said domestic gains at this stage are minimal. I agree. What do you mean by domestic gains are minimal? He talking about people coming into the theaters. That's done. International box office has stalled. That means people outside of the states, all over the world, they don't give a freak no more. Getting ahead of the competition, following a proven model, get it while it's hot. So this could still do good. People want to see this movie at home. A lot of people now, we live in a new digital age where people don't want to go to the theaters. People want to be in a tighty-whitey drawers, eating a ham sandwich and sipping on some soda and watching a movie and scratching their nuts. Excuse my French. So that's why it says, why releasing Superman early on digital could be the right call. I want to ask you guys the question, though, in the chat. Do you guys think this is a good call? Do you guys? Hold on. Is that Miss Breast herself? Is that Miss Breast? I'm gonna walk right back out. Okay, you're going, but still, it's good to see you. You know what's funny, Miss Mellons? It was a post with me and your name in it. And you got to understand, Miss Mellons. I was one of the original Snyder heads. Go back and watch my videos. Go back after this stream and go to my oldest videos, and you're going to see I've been on this Snyder wave before it was even popular and people started grifting with it. But now, I'm telling people out there, if you go off on James Gunn, if you want this movie to be destructive, how are you going to get the Snyderverse again? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Ms. Mellons, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate that. Let me see what I got. Fader, I remember the early Dark Council days. Your internet was crap. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I stepped up. Depends on what the type of fans he's trying to appease. Yeah. Can I have a main theme movie and side characters outperform the main story? Can I have a main theme movie and side characters outperform the main? What do you mean by that? Is it Warner Brothers still? Since now they're calling it Warner Media, they always changing the names, bro. They always changing the names. Scratching the nuts is a wild statement. Screen times for films are trash. What's up with that? I'm still here, darling. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Make sure to smash that like button, Miss Mellons. I'm glad you're here. Double A, what up, sir? Glad you're here too, man. I had your bet this week. I seen them coming at you. Yeah, they were coming at me. They always do, you know. They felt like since I was promoting this movie, this James Gunn Superman movie, you know, I turned my back on them. I'm just being a realist. And you got to remember, I'm a Superman. Batman is right here. I've been a DC fan before Snyder. Do I like Snyder? Yes, I do. Did I support the Snydercult movement? I was one of the main ones. Yes. But it's over. And I just want to see these characters do good. David Cornsweet got potential to be a cold Superman, but I'm not too sure about his future after this month. Those numbers. And even though James Gunn, we're going to talk about those numbers too with James Gunn. James Gunn, I don't know. You know more than me, bro, but those numbers, man, they just, I don't know. Listen, it didn't make the $1 billion, but at least, and CAA, that's the problem too. And I'm not speaking on you, but I think we don't got so used to Marvels, and don't get it twisted. DC was the first comic book movie company to make $1 billion with the Joker Batman with Beau. But I think Marvel has put in our minds billion, that we think everything need to make $1 billion. And I even was in that mode, but it don't work that way, you know? Especially our first movie. Listen, you can like Gunn and Snyder, the directors, they are friends. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Let's go to the next topic, though. Let's go to the next topic. Without a care. Superman is coming home. It is bringing a surprise for fans. Alongside the August 15th digital debut, DC Studios have released a new hour-long documentary, Superman Adventures in the Making of a Superman. As part of viral marketing campaigns, join James Gunn and the cast of Superman on their incredible filmmaking journey. This document offers an in-depth look at the filmmaking process told with unparalleled assets, states the video description. Anybody hype for that? It might be the Blu-ray bonus feature. I don't know. I don't know if I'm hyped about that. I might check it out. Who knows? Who knows? Let's check this out. Let me turn the music off real quick. And we're going to watch David Cornsweet. I almost said Dong Sweat. That's crazy. Dong Sweat? I ought to be banned for that. Let's check this out right here. David Cornsweet doing some voice work. We getting a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
The hammer of Arabia will never forget. This is supposed to be sort of a bad accent, right? Yeah. My actions today can only be blamed.
Let's start it over.
The hammer of Arabia will never forget. This is supposed to be sort of a bad accent, right? Yeah. My actions today can only be blamed on the Cretanians' choice. The hammer of Arabia.
I mean, you know, it's David Cornsweet having a good time, having fun. You know, a lot of people went off on me this week. Not only did people say, Fatal J, you're going to stick to your bets, but I told people, okay, I don't like the Trunks. And mother freakers got mad at me. I mean, mother freakers got mad at me. Let me see if I can find the post. It was pretty funny. Had to block some people because they were getting out of line. Hey, man, I love the power of the block button. But James Gunn said something interesting. I think, let me see if my post is still there. I want you guys to see it. James Gunn said something real interesting. Okay, now watch this. This is my post. People got mad as freak. It said, catch Superman in theaters or on Digital Friday. I said, you did good, bro. Next time, can you go with your first mind and make a suit without the trunks? Thanks. Okay, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Now check out the comments. Somebody says suit without trunks, blasphemy. Okay, then check out this dude right here. Now this is just in time to fight cancer. Now this a man talking about fighting cancer. He said, are you clinically insane or have you not seen a doc yet? Okay, look, you stupid mother freakers. Let me tell you something, you dumb freakers. I'm not talking about a post, what they call it? Post credit. Not post credit. Dang, what's the name? What's I'm looking for? A pre-suit? Post pre. whatever, the suit that they try on before they actually film the movie. I'm not talking about this, you dumb freakers. I'm not. One dude put, are you slow or are you blind? Do you really think I'm talking about? That's why, you know what? I'm really thinking about just getting off Twitter and leaving Twitter because it's so many dumb freakers to the point I'm thinking they box at this point. You really think when I say no trunks, I'm talking about he literally taking off the trunks and wearing the same suit? You stupid. I'm talking about making a suit. You can keep the Kingdom Come design. You can keep the cape, but give us a different suit without the trunks in it. You motherfuckers take everything so literally. Y'all dumb as freak. Y'all mama should have wiped y'all on the napkin when she had the chance. Listen to these dumb freakers. Didn't you say this will reach 1 billion? I thought the trunks and excess bright colors and gas would have helped with that. Stupid freaker. Somebody put, hell yeah, they agree. The suit without the trunks looks so disgusting. I mean, only looks good. Y'all know dang well when James Gunn revealed this suit, and I wish I could pull up. I wish I could pull up when he first dropped the suit. Everybody, the trunk. Now y'all love the trunks. This dude put why. I was anti-trunks all the way, but the way this suit is designed calls for the trunks unless they go full new 52 with it. I agree. Trunks for the win. Somebody put no. No, trunks look awesome. F no. Okay, if y'all down with the trunks, that's cool. But I've never, ever in my life rocked with the freaking trunks. I never did. Beard Shire, what's up? Superman was like watching Passion of the Christ. He got beat. Yeah, he did get beat up. He got beat up a lot. He did. And I understand, like, you got to have your protagonist get beat up, but you got to balance it right. These directors think, okay, if I have him get beat up all the time, kind of like you know what they thinking about. I'm gonna tell you what they really thinking about. I'm gonna give y'all the secret. When you have these comic book movies and they have these characters get beat up all through the movie, this is what they have in mind. They have one movie in mind, maybe 2 movies in mind in the same franchise, the Rocky franchise. Remember the Rocky franchise movie? In Rocky 1 and Rocky 2, remember, Rocky was the underdog. Remember when Rocky got in the ring with Apollo Creed? He got beat throughout the whole round, but he stuck in there. He went the distance with Creed. Then remember, if you actually watch Rocky 2 and watch that fight all the way through, scoring-wise, Rocky lost that fight. If Rocky wouldn't have beat Apollo in that second fight, if he wouldn't have beat Apollo, remember they both knocked each other out at the same time. And remember, Rocky was the first one to get up. If Rocky wasn't the first one to get up, Rocky would have lost that fight, certainly. So in their minds, okay, let's make these superheroes the underdog. It don't work like that. We're looking at a hero. Rocky was an underdog. Superman is a hero. Superman, you look like this. Underdog, you look like this. Like, man, I hope he make it. I hope he can make it. With Superman, we know he can make it because he a hero, you know? Because he a hero. Gunn asked Snyder about the trunks for his Superman suit. I don't know what the issue was. He did, and he wasn't going to go with the trunks. The only reason why he went with the trunks is because Corn Sweat wanted the trunks. And let me tell you something. That was a dumb idea. Very dumb idea. Laugh out loud. That dude you made a bet with is a racist, and don't you give that man. I ain't giving that man shit. You think I would, even if I would have won, you think that man would have paid me? He wouldn't have, you know? He know he wouldn't have. David Corn said his cornball. It's something about David Corn's what I like. I just feel like that cinematicness wasn't there. You know, it just wasn't there. We got some more from James Gunn. Let's check this out right here. Thank y'all for showing love. Make sure to smash that like button, man. I feel like y'all like low-key not smashing that like button. And I feel like I got to punish you. Hit that smash button and that smash button. Fatal J Trip. Hit that like button and light it up.
Did I do that? Oh shit, Ninja vanished.
Not yet, Fatal J. Let's continue. Oh, but there's more. Let's check this out.
Am I just demonstrating?
He starts saying, I don't know if I feel this.
The whole crew's sitting around waiting, like, come on, let's shoot, let's get this done. So finally, I walked off set and to talk to him in person.
He came in, came off set, and we get into this thing.
So great, but am I just demonstrating? So if I say that's what it is to be human, that feels like I'm trying to prove it still, as opposed to I really know it.
I think there's a little bit of, I mean,
okay,
because
let me try
because
that.
The emotions are always lingering.
But isn't there something I felt like shit about myself since the recording came out.
See, this is the type of stuff I love. Okay, but we didn't get this in the film. One of my gripes about this film, and I gave this film a high score. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I gave Superman, when I first seen it, I was on a high, and I gave it an A+. I'm sorry. I give Superman my real score, me just really thinking about it, and I'm actually going to get the digital release because I want to see this again by myself without no hype. I give it a B+. I give it a B+. But, you know, I love seeing stuff like this. The behind the scenes, David Cornsworth really trying to figure out this character, but it just didn't translate in the film.
It's just been like, I don't belong. I'm shit. Everything's a lie. I'm not who I thought I was. When is this not the moment where I go, I was wrong to feel that way?
That's exactly where the issue is, right? Because what he didn't tell you was it was wrong to feel that way.
See, that's dope. I like this type of stuff.
There are feelings and there are thoughts. Your feelings about feeling bad are okay. It's not wrong for you to feel that way. You should just, it's not right or wrong. And
I didn't like the speech at the end either. It was corny. And people might view this right here as corny. You know what I mean? They might view this as corny. But I like it though. Let's continue.
None of it is right or wrong. All of it is being vulnerable and being human, being a human being. And in this moment, for you to talk about how it's okay to be vulnerable, you have to be vulnerable, which means showing Lex that your feelings are hurt. In the point when you really.
No, come on, bro. Come on. Showing Lex that your feelings is hurt, bro. No, man. No, man. That don't feel like Superman. Superman shouldn't care that Lex hurt his feelings. He shouldn't even show or acknowledge that his feelings got hurt, man. Superman supposed to represent like the perfect man. And when I say the perfect man, I ain't even talking about the powers and the muscles and all that type of stuff. I'm talking about somebody who got the power to conquer others, and they can't do nothing about it. And instead, he's as soft as a dove, soft as a lamb, peaceful, calm, make the right decisions. Another character that I would say that's the perfect man in fictional lore is Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
It's not wrong for you to feel that way. You should just, it's not right or wrong anything. None of it is right or wrong. All of it is being vulnerable and being human, being a human being. And in this moment, for you to talk about how it's okay to be vulnerable, you have to be vulnerable, which means showing Lex that your feelings are hurt. In the point when you really shouldn't.
That's where you've always been wrong about me, Lex.
I'm as human as anyone else. I love, I get scared.
That was corny. When it got to that, it was real corny. Really bad ending in my book. The fight between Superman and his clone, it was all right, but I was expecting the last fight to really be on a top tier, out of this atmosphere type fight, like Invincible, the Invincible show. Those fights are epic. They're huge. The fight start in this city and you might end up on the moon. I thought we was gonna go that level. And I understand at the end of the day, the DC trying to save money, but they could have did better. They could have did much better. They could have did way better. Mark, what up? I see you. I see you. Why can't James Gunn just stay on cameras like he wants his own reaction? I'm gonna tell you something, Mark. James Gunn got that. He got that Dame Dash, Puff Daddy type of personality. He feel like if he put money into it, if he got a vision for it, I need to be in front of the camera too. Now, as much as I think Dame Dash is dope, you see what Dame Dash is at. As much as I like Puff Daddy, you see what Puff Daddy is at. You heard what Suge Knight said, all in the videos. Let me pull up Suge Knight real quick. Suge Knight said all in the videos. Come to death row. I'm going to pull up Suge Knight. This is iconic. For my Caucasian buddies, you might not have seen this before, but this is for you. I want you to see this. This is what James Gunn is all about. Now, for my Caucasian buddies out there, Suge Knight is the guy that was behind Tupac rap label, Death Row. Puff Daddy, y'all know him as Diddy. He in jail now for some things. Suge Knight dissed Puff Daddy way back then because Puff Daddy, Diddy, had that same James Gunn where he need to be in everything type vibe. So check this out.
Yeah.
Audio bad as freak too, because this was in the 90s.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Deadpool family on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac keep his guards.
The next thing that this man is about to say almost started a war in New York. And it then started a war in rap. We lost Tupac and Biggie because of this nonsense. His next words is going to set out. It's going to be like a bomb goes off. Let's check it out.
What's up? We riding with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Okay, now y'all see that, right? Let me see. Now we're going to watch Puff Daddy respond. Puff Daddy responds to Suge Knight Awards. That should pull it up. I ain't got to be specific. I want the one where Puff Daddy responds to Suge Knight. Man, freak it. Can't even find it. I guess everything that Diddy did got expunged from the internet. But yeah, James Gunn is not an actor. Big difference. Look, brother, man, you get too technical. You like the people on Twitter. I'm using an analogy, man. I love you so much. Puff Daddy is not in jail anymore. He's not in jail now, but he's still got to carry out his sentence. Remember Justice League Unlimited? Yes, I do. It was dope. That's an episode with Superman saying that he always has to be holding back and can't get emotional and let go because for him, the world is made of paper. Facts. Superman would have lost if Crypto hadn't stepped in. Crypto saves Superman way too much. And had you noticed that Green Lantern was the true hero in this movie? Just really think about all the big moments in this movie. It was Green Lantern, Guy Gardner that saved. everybody. James Gunn played too much. Yeah. Aaron Gunn was the perfect man without trying to be Aaron Gunn. Aaron Gunn to me is even more perfect than my favorite comic book movie characters, like your Superman, your Batman, your Spiderman, your Captain America. Aaron Gunn is the perfect man. When you read those 3 books, The Lord of the Rings, Aaron Gunn deserved to be the king of Middle Earth, man. Well, he wasn't the king of he was good. He was the king of a good portion of it, but Aaron Gunn is the perfect man, man. He's the perfect man. It's only a few perfect men out there. Jesus, Aaron Gunn, Superman, you know? Why can't James Gunn stay on camera? Oh, yeah, I read that. Superman should have said he was going to bust Lex Luthor ass or be more compelling and strong, not just crap. Paul Kent's speech was perfect. They should have made Paul Kent's speech longer, though. Right when I was starting to get in my feels, because I lost my father last year, and man, I would feel the tear. It was doing this, and then they cut to the next scene. I'm like, bro, come on. James Gunn, why is you rushing this movie? Is it a director's cut to this or what? Dang, Fatal admitted that I love Lois. I was going to break up with him was trash. Yeah, man, that stuff with him and Lois was bickering and fighting like a real couple. I did not want to see that. I did not want to see that, man. Let's continue, though. I got totally off the rail. Let's continue.
I wake up every morning, and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other, and I try to make the best choices I can. And every time you say that I don't belong, it hurts my feelings.
That's corny. You can't tell me that ain't corny. Listen to this bullshit.
I put one foot in front.
And look at James Gunn like, yeah, I wrote this. This tight. No, it's not, bro. That's cheesy.
I love. I get scared. I wake up every morning, and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other, and I try to make the best choices I can. And every time you say that I don't belong, it hurts my feelings. That's being human. And that's my greatest strength.
And I gotta admit, okay, when it comes to being a man, it's hard to do what he just said, telling somebody it hurts my feelings, because as men, we feel like, and I ain't speaking for all men, for them people that's gonna get offended. Yeah, I do. I don't want to hear it. For most men out there, it's hard being vulnerable, because we feel like as soon as we be vulnerable, you gonna throw it back at us, or we gonna or somebody that you admire gonna take that for weakness. But still, it didn't execute right. Why would Superman tell Lex Luthor his feelings got hurt? Lex Luthor is trying to kill you. We know he's trying to hurt your feelings. He's trying to end your life. Hold on, I'll be back. You know what I mean? So I'm back at it. Let's continue. Dang, Peter Safran crying? Come on, bro. Y'all make these movies for y'all. Y'all don't make it for the fans. And you know, Peter Safran, I'm not laughing at your tears, brother. But I don't know. Maybe just touch people. People in the chat, let me know if this last speech really got to your feels. Because James was like he about to cry too.
I get scared. I wake up every morning, and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other, and I try to make the best choices I can. And every time you say that I don't belong, it hurts my feelings. That's being human. And that's my greatest strength.
I got emotional a second ago because I really do think that what this movie is about is, why do we love Superman so much? Is it because he can punch planets or pick up skyscrapers? I don't think it is. I think it's because of his innate goodness and his humanity.
It didn't get executed right. I'm a boy like this. I'm gonna really paint the picture for this scene. I saw Michael Jordan do one in and dunk it. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that too. But when Fatal J do it, it's poor execution. This was the Fatal J Michael Jordan dunk. In theory, it's magnificent and it looks beautiful. But when you do it, I missed a lot of comments, man. Let me get through these, man. Appreciate y'all. Smash that like on my cousin gonna come out. I'm not like Twitter period mofo. Oh, sorry about that, bro. I didn't mean to be like that. J Diddy Gun, dang. Hell check Dowzilla. What up, bro? I hope you smashed that like button when you came in here. The way I see it, Superman uses crypto at the end like Batman would use his grappling gun. Crypto was annoying in this. He was good at some points. Some points. Beta Man. The Superman is soft and now they're confirming what the heck. Also, if Gunn didn't want to do an origin story, he should have left Superman's origin story alone. To me, changing Jor-El was as bad. That's another thing, man. Okay, you had old boy from Limitless. What's his name? What's old boy name from Limitless? Bradley Cooper, who played the raccoon. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to put my joints back on because that was jamming. Jor-El and Paul Kent set the tone of what Superman is. So why would Jor-El have a messed up message and Superman don't know what that message is all about? The messages from Jor-El is what makes Superman Superman. The messages from Paul Kent is what makes Superman Superman. It's the fathers making the son great, the last son of Krypton. Gunn, I thought you was going to kill this. And you did good. But Superman shouldn't be good. It needs to be cinematic, a masterpiece, and fantastic. That soundtrack is forgettable. I'm supposed to want to hear this soundtrack in the gym and work out and lose 1,000 pounds and look like a crackhead because I'm so inspired by this soundtrack. But now I'm still flabby, still drinking sodas, and still got bad health. But I'm supposed to have good health, great health. I'm not going to speak bad into my life. Y'all freakers ain't going to make me speak bad on my life. James Gunn, you ain't going to make me speak bad on my life. I speak beautifulness in my life. Great health, good health. Pretty soon I'm going to be more jacked than corn sweat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get me out track though. Superman is above feelings. I agree. Superman resolve is stronger than us. I wake up every morning feeling like J Diddy. Dang. You know the super shit especially bother him. Why did you put the monkeys in there? I thought that was a rumor. You really let the cult get you. The cult is winning right now. I got to admit the cult is winning. You let them get to you so much, James, that you put them in the movies as monkeys typing on the computer. It's funny and it's sad at the same time because we used to live in a world where the directors did not acknowledge fans. I'm talking about Twitter, whatever, social media, whatever. They didn't pay attention. They was lazy focused. James on Twitter more than me. Sure. When Les Luca got his face, Superman should have given him a backhand punch. Nah, man, that'll kill Lex. Wrong. We want to see some Superman human-ish. Ain't nobody care about Superman hurt feelings. Facts, Mark. He didn't think of asking Cole to translate the message. Facts, Sandro. She spoke Kryptonian. Sanjo just unlocked the Matrix that fast. That's a flaw. Kara knows Kryptonian. And James Gunn, don't you lie and say she don't, because in the comics she actually older than Superman, but she got caught up in that time warp black hole thing, and they made him old and her young, stay the same age. Sandro dropping bombs. Could it be James Gunn was trying to display or extreme opposite to what I think he was? Yeah, I think he was. And this movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, is nothing like Zack Snyder. No reminiscence of Zack Snyder. I think he was trying to be so different from Snyder, it hurt him. John Williams is the GOAT. I got to stop because it keeps calling me. She too drunk. All right, man. We got some more news, more DC news. How do y'all feel about this right here? James Gunn says he's actively looking to bring back Idris Elba as Bloodsport in the DCU. I'm gonna be honest with you. He should have had his own show, not freaking John Cena, Peacemaker. Peacemaker season 1, mediocre. I can't believe I wasted my life watching Peacemaker. And what's sad, I'm going to waste my life again because I want to see the Easter eggs he put in there from Superman. But Peacemaker was not it. Was it a bad show? Some episodes was not good to me. Some episodes was okay. But it's sad, man. Gunn is running DC to the ground, man. I'm still got a little shred of hope of what they do with Lanterns. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Bloodsport is supposed to come back. That'll be tight. He need his own show. Preferably his own movie. Now look at the number of tickets sold and compare it to the Man of Steel, since they like to compare numbers. The difference is something. Well, let's look at the numbers. And I'm going to give y'all my honest opinion. Okay? Superman 2025 box office mojo. Let's see. So right now we have 583 worldwide. James Gunn said recently about the box office. I don't know if I covered this. This is what James Gunn had to say. James Gunn said this. So this guy right here, he was talking, and he said people online keep saying the Superman needs to make $650 million to break even and be a success. Now the budget for Superman, they say you'll never know the real budget of these movies. They said it was $230 million to make. You got to times that by 3. So 230 times by 3, 690. They got now. That's 690 with the budget and with the marketing, all that bull crap. So it really got to do 700. So let's read this again. People online keep saying that Superman needs to make $650 million to break even and be a success. Is that true, or would you say it's already a success? Huge fan of the movie, by the way. James Gunn said absolutely false. Anyone saying that doesn't have an understanding of the film business, and we would be idiots to make a first in a franchise film that would need to make that much to be profitable. Now, I actually believe James Gunn in this because David Zaslav is his thing now with these DC films. He want them cheaper. He want the actors to get paid. He want new actors so they don't have to pay them that much. David Corn Sweat was paid $750K, not $1 million, $750K to make this movie. The highest paid actor in this movie was Nicholas Hoult, who got paid $1 million to make this film. $1 million is cheap considering these comic book movies. I believe, and I talked to my homeboy Prime and a Hollywood producer, they both said the same thing. They said that this film was not meant to hit that $1 billion mark. It was meant to have a great perception to the critics. Okay? Now let's look at that perception. Okay? Let's look at Rotten Tomatoes and we're going to compare. So on Rotten Tomatoes, the score by the critics is 83%, and the Audience score is 91%. That's exactly. Now I don't give a freak about Rotten Tomatoes, but that's exactly what Warner Brothers want to see. They want to see those numbers. Now you might be saying, but Fatal J, it flopped. They don't care about the money. You got to remember, Warner Brothers, Disney got money on top of money on top of money on top of money, so they can have flops. It's about the perception with certain films, okay? And sometimes, most of the time, it's about the agenda. I feel like I'm cooking right now. So let's type in Man of Steel. Man of Steel. This is the reason why we probably not gonna see a Man of Steel 2 ever. The critic score is 57%, so it was rotten by the critics. Audience score was 75%. Warner did not want to see that. Even now, think about this. You might be saying, Fatal J, that's cap. This movie did way better. Yes, it did way better, but the perception was bad. People hated Snyder, Superman. Now, Man of Steel is my favorite comic book movie. You know, even though I acknowledge that Christopher Reeve's Superman is better, but this is still my favorite hero movie. This was a bad perception. They gave Cavill one more chance with Batman versus Superman. Let's look at Batman versus Superman. Let's see. Let's look at that perception. Look, the perception is even worse. It's 28%. It's rotten with the critics. It's 63% with the audience. They didn't want that perception. They didn't want that perception. They got money to lose with these studios. Okay? Let's look at Justice League. Let's look at Justice League. We're gonna look at Zack Snyder's Justice League too. Let's look at Justice League. Again, bad perception. 39%. It was rotten with the critics. 67% with the fans. Did nobody like this? They didn't like this. Let's look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. Let's look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. 71 with the critics, so that's a C. 92%, the fans loved it. But after seeing those three go those way, they said, we might not need to go with this Snyderverse. Let's look at Black Adam. Black Adam was your last attempt to get Henry Cavill back as Superman. Let's look at Black Adam perception. 39% with the critics. The critics hated it. 87% with the fans. It was B. That's not enough. That's your history lesson with Fatal J. That's your history lesson with Fatal J. I gave you a great. I need to turn that into a video. I might chop that up and make that a video in the future. Who knows? Big Dog Gaming, glad you're here. I'd like to trust because it was true to the character. What the freak? The trust? What you talking about? Bloodsport also got locked up for shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet. I can believe that. Bloodsport is on target to be a top tier superhero. Idris Elba is just a dope actor, man. I love him. When I first saw Idris Elba in The Wire, and then I first saw him in Alien Prometheus, and I thought he really talked American, but he got an English accent like Cavill. I thought that was crazy how he changed his accent like that. It needs to make enough to pay off national debt to be successful. Damn. Depends on the budget for Superman was. If the movie needs 650 and the next one makes 1.2 or something like Guardians, is that what he means? Yes. You remember when James Gunn was talking about Iron Man? He said Iron Man wasn't really the foundation of Marvel, and people took that wrong. What he meant was, when Iron Man first came out, they didn't think that was going to do huge numbers. They thought, okay, we're just going to put this movie out because we're still trying to keep the rights to it. It may do some money. They weren't thinking $1 billion. That's what James Gunn talking about with this Superman. They not thinking about $1 billion. They thinking about building, stepping up, building. Okay, and they'll get to that $1 billion. They can get to that $1 billion with Matt Reeves' Batman, and then James Gunn Batman too. Remember the factor to ticket prices. The amount of people that actually watched the movie is way less than Man of Steel. I believe it was about half. I believe it. The name Superman is box office, so what the hell? I think, you know what, brother man? I think it was so stupid. It was really stupid that They put it all together in 1 month. You should have dropped them sporadically, you know? Fantastic Four should have been dropping in November. Give Superman, Superman, if Jurassic Park was going to drop in July, did Superman drop in August, bro? What is you doing? It was too much. People ain't got bread like that no more. To be just going to this different movie. No, we picking one and then we streaming. And we might be pirating. The name Superman is box office. So what the hell? Build the hype is big. Think also the first Thanos cameo, the hype was high for the years to build up. It paid off, but it took a long time. When Thanos finally did show up, it was epic. Yeah, they built up to it. My favorite superhero movie is Spider-Man 2 and 3. Super Sly. What up, Super Sly? Super Sly, you was right. You was right, bro. You was right. You was right. Gunn lost. Black Adam should have been shelved, the council, or not even came out. Brother man, the problem with Black Adam, he didn't show up in Shazam, and they tried to make Black Adam the foundation of DC. Don't nobody give a freak about Black Adam. Whoever asked, hey, I want a Black Adam movie. No, man. No. And if anything, okay, if you're going to put Black Adam, if you're going to make a Black Adam movie, have him fight Shazam, beat the brakes off Shazam, and then the last boss in the end is Superman, and we see that fight. That would have been tight. Don't have him show up in a post-credit scene. Dang. I think the Rock fatigue hit the movie. I've been telling people forever. Like people say, oh, the Rock is a star. No, he ain't. If the Rock ain't co-starring the movie with somebody, it's trash. I always said that. Batista is the best wrestler actor. Period. That's hella wrong. What I'm wrong about, man? The number 90%, the number 91% is the amount of people that gave it more than 5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is not. I just said Rotten Tomatoes is not a good source. I was telling you by the viewpoint of Warner. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm telling you what Warner want to see. Warner want to see critics saying good things about this. They want to see what the Shields got to say. Okay? It ain't never been about you. It ain't never been about me. It's about these outlets, these media outlets. They want a good look from them, not you. Not the people who really read the comic books and care about the characters. They say, freak you. Okay? It's not about us. It's about Rotten Tomatoes. It's about Collider and all that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? How you overlook Wonder Woman and Aquaman's Beau? The public spoke. All right, fine. Let's do it. Okay? Super Slide, let's do it. Let's look at Wonder Woman. And great scores. Great movie. You're right. Very great. But Gal Gadot is so garbage. Super Sly, I got one for you. If we're going to look at Wonder Woman, we got to look at Wonder Woman 87 too. Let's look at Wonder Woman 87. Hey, we got to keep it funky all across the board. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at Aquaman. Okay, Aquaman. Now, I'm not talking about the eyes of the fans. I'm talking about the eyes of one. Look at that. The first one, Aquaman got 66% and 72% by the fans. Even though this movie did $1 billion, it was still a bad look from the critics. Let's look at Aquaman 2 and The Lost Kingdom. That movie was good too. 33%. I'm telling you what Warner wants. They want that look. They want that look. Superman did exactly what they wanted. Not what we wanted, what they wanted, you know? That's bullcrap. Fatal Warner is watching the stream right now. I could give a freak about Warner because they don't never do what I want them to do. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Fatal J want that Snyder cut 2 and Snyder cut 3. I want that air cut. I want that air cut. You know, but I also would like this David Corn sweat to be better than what it's supposed to be, you know? Even Deadshot character is good, but they just abandoned that. Never saw 87. You don't want to see 87. You're going to be 86 if you watch 87. You know what I mean? My old school people know what 86 means, you know? You're going to be order 66 if you watch that. Pedro Pascal's in that one, right? Yes, and he is trash. You trash. Let's continue. Y'all getting me all off the mark on this one, man. We still got some more news to cover. Hope y'all smashing that like button. Appreciate that greatly. Appreciate that a lot. You know what I mean? Oh, snap. Mark is dropping that heat in the Dark Council. I guess this is a Superman night. I'm supposed to be covering other stuff. Let's check this out right here. James Gunn, on August 13th, has officially announced the Superman saga. The next project will hopefully go into production soon. I can't with these I can't with these people in the comments. He said this ninja is copying Matt Reeves, zero creativity once again. And people hate James Gunn. Dang, somebody said the PDF verse. Just start over again and beg Nolan. Dang. Translation, the Gunn verse is about to make Superman the centerpiece of DC the way Iron Man was for Marvel. Buckle up. Okay, that's some good comments. Money grab for the next 5 years. I believe it when I see it. They're just gonna have to step up with the Superman and do better with the suit. They're just gonna have to do better with the suit, you know. It's just the suit ain't it, man. It's not it. We got some more news. Let's take it over to the Marvel side of things. I don't know if y'all seen this. And let me turn down the music. I don't know if y'all guys seen this right here. This dropped. Let's check it out.
You know, it's funny putting the suit. Alrighty.
So how you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, man. It's day one.
Day one?
My 4th ever day one on Spider-Man. You know, it's funny putting the suit on. It feels different this time, somehow. It's also the first time we've ever had fans on set for day one, so it's really exciting to share this with them.
You see that right there as classic marketing. That's how you get the kids to watch. That right there, that picture alone right there might make him hit $1 billion. We're going to discuss this brand new day. Is this going to be the savior of Marvel? Like I said, Captain America flopped. Thunderbolts flopped. Fantastic Four flopped. Marvel have never seen 3 flops before. This year is up for Marvel. It's done. 2026 is going to bring us a brand new day in Avengers Doomsday. Wouldn't it be crazy if Doomsday don't hit $1 billion like we think it will? That's going to be crazy, bro. Let's continue.
You all good? We've got some familiar faces on set.
See, man.
You know, I'm just going to do my best. Hopefully get it right. No pressure.
Wow, that's a really good one.
Listen, that's the type of music they're supposed to be playing. We didn't get that in Superman. Listen to that music, man. It gets you hyped.
I'm just going to do my best. Hopefully get it right. No pressure.
Wow, that's a really good one.
I felt sick.
Hold on, what my boy say? What he say?
I felt sick. I felt sick.
Did he say because I'm sick? Y'all let me know what he said in the chat. I can't understand him.
I felt sick.
Don't trailer though. What did he say? Cause I'm sick. That's how you do it, James. Have Superman in the public and see what happens. Superman did that. They did that. They had it in the public. The build-up of Doomsday is trash or non-existent. I agree. We haven't heard nothing, seen nothing. I'm just happy we finally getting a Spider-Man movie after decades of Spider-Boy. Spider-Man better be fired because I'm tired of seeing that fat boy, and I'm tired of seeing Sandalia. I'm tired of seeing those two. I really am. We got more Marvel news, though. More Marvel news. Y'all know how we do on the DC and Marvel side of the game. It says right here, Daredevil already canceled. Final season says Charlie Cox. Wow, Charlie Cox says they're on the final seasons of Daredevil Born Again. The final season, Shaggy. During the appearance at GalaxyCon over the weekend, Cox discussed his favorite part of the upcoming episodes and casually referred to it as the final season. That because the first season was trash. There's something that we do in this final season that doesn't exist in the comics. So it is unique to our show, and I'm pretty excited about it. Cox said Vincent D'Onofrio recently hinted the series is ending. Cox also said he won't be in the new Avengers movie. R.P. Marvel. How did y'all take something as fire as Daredevil Netflix series? At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just start reading books. I'm just going to start reading books. Why am I wasting my money on this when I can start reading books and getting my knowledge up instead of watching this brainless, useless, filth, dong, maggots on Dookie cinema? And I don't even want to even give it that crown, calling it a cinema. Trash, man. How did you ruin Netflix Daredevil? Season 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire. A lot of people say season 1 was the GOAT. That season 2 was fire. When you had Punisher in that joint, you had Electra in that joint, you had the Hand in that joint. I might binge that this weekend. Marvel, everything y'all touch, it used to turn into gold. Now it's turning into fecal matter. Show. I'm just happy we finally get a Spider-Man movie at the decades of Spider-Boy. Yeah, Iron Boy. Spider-Man said that felt sick. Fatal, okay. Oh, okay. That felt sick. I thought he said, I'm so sick. Spider-Man in the scope of the Punisher is an iconic cover. They got a lot to live up to. Seriously? The hook that they're dropping to get us to watch the new season that is going to deviate even more from the source material? Bro, I'm telling you, the dude that Daredevil was fighting, the meme or mime or whatever, he didn't land one punch on Daredevil. He was no opposition. He was only opposition to the people he surprised. But he was trash. Worst villain I've seen in a comic book movie or comic book series. Disney Plus have ruined the MCU. It has ruined the MCU. I think I got something on that too. I got an article somewhere saying that Marvel was ruined by the DCU. I might not have it anymore. But the MCU, Disney Plus killed it. I know y'all hyped about this. We got some more footage of Fantastic Four, and this is them in their original costumes. Now let's see what people had to say about their original costumes. Somebody said right here, Astabar should have kept them. Maybe the movie wouldn't have flopped. Damn. Somebody put the retarded forward. Dang. Starting to hate Pedro. Dang. Maybe they should have put an action scene in with these suits. Would have made the movie a bit less boring. Dang! Thank God we got what we got because they're giving Zack Snyder. What? It's could have been fantastic. Dang, people really hated this movie. The four of them look fantastic. Could you not have found a better image? This is terrible quality. Why did they lose so much money? Dang, I like this movie, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't like this. Being shy, you're right. It's the Pedro fatigue. He hasn't really been in that much. He been in everything. I think that new movie Weapons, he was supposed to be in that. He was supposed to be in that. Facts. Ironheart is a great villain. She is evil as hell. And she's a criminal. Just get mad to fight her. She is a criminal. I don't know why people. Do you know the Fatal J channel got attacked by some stupid freakers who live in their mom's basement because I was black and I said I didn't want to watch Ironheart? Even black people didn't watch Ironheart. I mean, the ratings was terrible. Hey, I don't know who made this right here, but this is fire. That's a fire poster. Look at that poster, man. You got the people got their cell phones. He on top of the tank. You got the Spiderman symbol. That's a fire poster. I will buy that. And this is the thing about Holland. Holland is dope, man. He dope. I like Holland. I would get that poster though. I'm not gonna front. I would get that poster. Let's continue though. Let's keep going. I know you guys having so much fun. I know y'all having a blast. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get content like this on YouTube where people entertain you and they having a good old time. Oh, this is the article I was looking for. Boom. I knew I had this. This is Beau DeMayo. This is a guy that was the showrunner and creator of X-Men 97. He said the truth will be revealed after their Disney Plus disaster. Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic. It's come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. Cosmic Book News said, told you guys all along, Disney Plus was a disaster. The worst move they could have made was doing Disney Plus. I don't care what y'all say. Every Disney Plus show was trash. And I stand by that. And I don't care what you say. Fatal J Loki, no, trash. And I stand by that. WandaVision, Fatal, trash. Bring them on. What you got next for me? Winter Soldier and Falcon, trash. Do you got another one for me? What's the witch? Agatha, trash. Agatha. What else you got for me? Trash. What else you got for me? What's the chick that was in the Indian chick? Miss Marvel, trash. Shall I continue? This is what we gonna do since y'all want to play games. List all MCU Disney Plus shows. We're gonna go by the list. Since y'all want to play games. Y'all play games with me every day, and I gotta prove to y'all that I don't play these games with y'all. Let's play a game. Let's play a little game. We're gonna go in order. Eyes of Wakanda, haven't seen it, but I know it's trash. Ironheart, trash. Legends, trash. Echo, Ultra Magnus, trash. Daredevil, Born Again, trash. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't even count that as a Disney Plus show. So I'm not going to count that. That's dope. Falcon and Winter Soldier, trash. Defenders is not MCU, Disney Plus. Secret Invasion, had my man tongue kissing an alien. Nick Fury, one of the coolest men on earth, trash. Jessica Jones, not Disney Plus. She-Hulk, trash. What If, trash. Miss Marvel, trash. Agatha, trash. Iron Fist, Netflix, but that still was trash. Moon Knight, trash. Loki, I know what y'all gonna say. Fatal J. Loki was dope. Season 2 took it to a next. Trash. Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It was all right. Oh, Fatal J, no, that was the best. I said it was all right. Daredevil, that's Netflix. X-Men 97, I give you that. Freaking fantastic and was perfect. I give you that. Let's keep going. Hawkeye, trash. And made my boy Delph, trash. Inhumans, that was trash, but that wasn't. I ain't gonna give that to Disney Plus. Agent Carter, I'm not gonna give that to Disney Plus. But yeah, trash. I didn't see WandaVision on here. WandaVision is there. Trash. Pretty trash. Falcon and Winter Soldier, yes, that was trash. Let me tell you why it wasn't trash. Since y'all want to debate. You mean to tell me y'all gonna focus on the blip in the aftermath of the blip and only speak about it in 2 seconds? Trash. Everybody getting the super serum now? Trash. The little girl with the mask, that's your main protagonist. Trash. Winter Soldier looking like a beta? Trash. Falcon getting beat down all the time? Trash. And I'm just being honest. Bosco, I really like that video you made. You need to do some more builds. You inspired me to do build videos, bro. I think I'm gonna get me some Transformer Legos and do some videos about that. Y'all subscribe to Bosco, man. Bosco, he made dope content, man. But this is the thing about YouTube, though. They shadow banning. If you dope and you not as scared to speak on these companies, if you dope and you speak on these companies in an ill way, you shadow ban. I don't got 2 strikes on this channel. 2 strikes. That second strike destroyed me. I was ranking up there with the big boys in views, and they were like, "Dang, Fatal J, you got the 10,000, but you up here with me with the 100,000." I said, "Yeah." I made that Common Rider video, and that was my fault. I cut that up good. I didn't cut that one up good, and they got me. But after that shadow ban, it was a done deal. But I'm coming back, and I'm coming back in a big way because I got a plan. I'm not gonna tell y'all about it, I'm not gonna tell y'all about it until I figure out some things. I can't tell you about it. It's a secret. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Bosco. Damn it, Fatal, y'all want to play games every day, and I gotta prove that I don't play this. Blasted TV, what up, bro? Blasted. Let me tell you something, man. If you didn't come in here smashing that like button, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You gonna have to meet my cousin, man. Smash it. Yeah, I spoke bad about Star Wars and Disney Plus and law. I'm telling you, bro. You talk bad about these companies, they'll get you. Okay. Now you might be thinking in your head, okay. But why these big channels? They talk bad about these companies and they still doing good. They know the secret. I can't reveal the secret, but the secret is out there, I'll let y'all know one day about the secret, what they doing. And I ain't talking about these people that's buying bots. Because buying bots can ruin your channel too. But they doing it the right way. You know what I mean? First thing I did when I got here. Appreciate that, man. Big Dog Gaming, I need Mr. Terrific movie. Man, look here. Mr. Terrific is fire. He will fire in Superman. I don't want no Mr. Terrific movie right now. I just want a Superman movie that's fire, a Batman movie that's fire, a Wonder Woman movie that's fire, a Green Lantern movie that's fire, a Flash movie that's fire, Justice League movie that's fire, and then we can get to Mr. Terrific. I don't care about the Rudy Poo boys. Nothing against what you want, because we do need some dope black characters. But I feel like Jon Stewart should have his own movie. And we're going to see what this Lanterns is about. We're going to see. Dog Plato, what up, sir? Glad you're here. That Disney lawsuit is something else. Oh, we need to talk about that too, huh? With Gina Carano. Gina Carano. Y'all threw me for a loop for that one. See, this is stupid though. This is the type of stuff. Okay. Fatal J thoughts on the Gina Carano lawsuit. This is my thoughts. Everybody was getting hyped up. Look, Gina Carano is cool in my book. She cool in my book, but she one of them actresses I never really just paid attention to. My homie, Drunk 3PO, he does work with her. But Gina wasn't never one of them people that I really paid attention to like that. I thought she was dope in The Mandalorian. I really did thought she was a dope female character, and I would like to see her have her own show. What Disney did to her was dead wrong, because she didn't say nothing wrong. But the way I thought they was gonna really spill what was going on with Disney. Now, I understand that she's happy with whatever she got. And Disney is happy with whatever they got. But it seemed like everybody outside of that, especially these grifters, try to make it seem like she was going to expose all the bad that Disney has been doing. And I just pretty much think Gina got her bread and they told her don't talk about this no more. And she was happy with that. And that's cool, because that's her life. They messed up her flow of money. I'm happy about that. But when it comes to settlements, is a settlement really a win? Is a settlement really a win? Or both sides say, hey, we're going to quit all this fighting. You get this, I get that. Let's part ways and don't talk about this no more. Was that a win for the fans? Did we win? If they really going to put her in more Star Wars show, I think that would be a win for the fans. To me, I don't care. I'm glad she got her bread. But I'm just thinking this is kind of like a gray area too. This is a gray area. Because did the fans get what they wanted? Oh, Bill shot. When it comes to Mandalorian season 2, I thought that was fire. Mandalorian, because you got to think, we got Luke at the end of that. That was perfect. That was perfect. I like season 1 better, but season 2 was top tier too. Season 3 was hot boo-boo garbage trash. But then this is where the grifters and the stupid freakers come out to play. Because now they gonna come out with the videos where she gonna be in the new Star Wars shows, and they know the secret show. Just stop lying. Can you stop lying? You don't know what she gonna be in. Oh, it's Doomcock. Mike Zero said, Mike Zero and Doomcock, y'all still taking advice from them? Y'all still taking advice from Doomcock, and nothing against them fellas. Mike Zero and Doomcock. But Doomcock and Mike Zero and Doomcock said Kathleen Kennedy was going to get fired every month for 5 years. Oh, this is the year Kathleen Kennedy's going to get fired. It's written on paper. Oh, I swear this time she's... And y'all fell for her every day. Every day y'all fell for her. So this article right here is inspired by Doomcock that she's going to make a big Star Wars return, courtesy of Doomcock. Imagine going back to a job that tried to bury you. I knew Sly was going to come in dropping bombs. Thank you so much.
Everyone, I need you all to lend me your energy. Why don't you take that? You're really good.
Imagine going back to a jet. Hey, man, at the end of the day, Sly, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. I'm going to tell you like this, man. It's just all about the bread, bro. I'm curious to know how much they gave her to shut up, though. You know what I mean? Like, did they hit her with a milli? You think she got hit? Because I'm not going to lie. If they buried me, tried to destroy my reputation, and gave me $1 million, I'm going to shut up. You know, freak the fans. Freak y'all. I want that $1 million. Or did they just gave her some peanuts? And she said, okay, I'm good with that. I'm really interested in that. But I'm going to be honest with you on this, too. I'm going to be honest with you on this. Do people really care if she's going to be in a big movie of the Star Wars show? Star Wars is done. It's done. They dug that up, shot it, put a grenade in his mouth, buried it, brought it back up, dropped a nuclear bomb on it, buried it, brought it back up, threw it in the ocean, dropped the nuclear bomb in that ocean, went in the ocean and buried it again. Star Wars don't inspire, motivate, nothing. It's trash. I mean, they at a point now, anything they drop is trash on top of trash. It's nothing that can save it. Nothing. So, I mean, I'm just not hyped, you know? But the man said facts. Coralorian. True. Move on, please. Headache. Mr. Terrific is easy for Gunn to do because it's action piece. I understand that, but Mr. Terrific ain't that. I mean, he dope, but I don't want to see no movie about him. Sometimes, like, when you got them scenes with, can they keep that up for a whole movie? I don't think they can. Now, the brother, they're not going to make a brother look good on movies. I'm just going to be honest with you. Gina in the Lion's Den. At least 7 figures, I hope. Yeah, I mean, shoot. I hope they gave her $1 million. But this is what I wanted to. Okay. Gina got all the support from the fans. You know, answering their questions and stuff and on Twitter and all that type of stuff. And people think, okay, yeah, we fighting for Gina. Elon Musk came in, hey, Gina, look, I'm going to pay your court cases. Yeah, we're going to fight the system. And then Gina Carano and Disney say, hey, we're happy again. We're friends and, you know, we got big plans for the future. And it was over. And all these grifter channels like, yeah, she won. Did she win? Did y'all win? Did she win or y'all won? It looked like y'all lost and she won. You know, I'm rambling. Let me wrap things up though. Pre-order your hot toy for Carano. Luke's scene was amazing. Yes, it was, but I can't give a win to the time. I can see that. I'm just happy for her because she must have gotten banked a lot. I'm happy for her for getting that bread too. You know, I really am. But this was a gray area, though. It was a gray area because people were thinking Disney was going to get exposed. People still making videos against Disney. Did she win? I don't understand. Okay, she won, but y'all didn't win because she ain't going to never speak on Disney again, ever. So y'all lost. You lost. She won and Disney won. So while y'all, oh yeah, she broke them down. No, you lost. Discovery would damage the brand and most importantly, the executives. She's probably the highest paid actress. No, she ain't, son Joe. Let me tell you something. Let me show you what $1 million means to Disney. I'm gonna show you what $1 million means to Disney. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I want you to look at this and tell me if $1 million is going to hurt Disney. Check this out, brother. You tell me passing somebody $1 million from Disney is going to damage them. Look at this, man. This is all the companies they own. All the companies. This right here is just Marvel alone. This right here is Fox alone. This right here is all Walt Disney. Now, let me count the companies that's on here. I'm going to try. I ain't going to count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 30 alone right here. 30 companies they own. On the Marvel side of the game. Let's look at the Fox side of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm getting tired of counting. That's how many companies they own. So I still ask you out there, how is that a win for you? Because she'll never again speak on Disney, ever. She'll never speak on them again. She can't. She can't. She can only say great things about Disney. So y'all lost. But salute to her. Salute to her. And I really do mean that. Gina Carano was a crucible for the core fans that were opposed to the Disney war survive. Can they even spell creativity or originality? No, they cannot. Laugh out loud. They wipe their butts with. I mean, $1 billion is like, look at all these companies. That's like $1 to them. 1 million for Disney. And that's why I be trying to tell y'all too. I be trying to tell y'all. Like, let's just say these 3 flops this year from MCU Marvel, that's nothing to them. Y'all really think, okay, we don't broke them down. We don't fought them with our wallets. Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. Keep thinking somebody who owns 200 companies, and I'm just giving y'all an estimate. 200 companies that's making millions by themselves, and you think 3 flops is going to break them down. You just going to quit seeing these type of movies, you know? Big Daddy War Books. Disney is still in the process to buy more. They still buying up more companies. It's going to come a time to where Disney is going to be the only thing we get content from. And that's when you're going to start reading books again. Because it's going to be so trash and so many agendas out there, you know, you ain't going to care, you know? Let's finish up, though. Let's finish up. I hope y'all enjoy yourselves, too, you know? I got a few more things to talk about before I get out of here. Ryan Reynolds. Y'all let me know if y'all hype. I'm getting sick of this motherfucker. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. If Deadpool and Wolverine didn't have Wolverine, of course, and if they didn't have all those cameos, that would have been trash. The storyline is trash. Deadpool and Wolverine did $1 billion, but it's trash story-wise. Is it great on a comic book fan perception? Yes. But it's not legendary. Ryan Reynolds was just smart putting all the people in that movie, and that's what Marvel do. When they want to make that $1 billion, they'll make a Avengers Doomsday. They'll make a Civil War, Captain America Civil War, and put everybody in there. You know? That's when they know for sure they're going to make $1 billion. But is this Avengers Doomsday going to make $1 billion? Let's check it out. Ryan Reynolds teases his return as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday with a cryptic social media post. I want to see the post he made. This is the post he made right here. He put an anarchy sign on the Avengers thing. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I could give a freak about Deadpool at this point. I could give a freak about it. Deadpool 2 should have pretty much showed you what a real sequel would look like from Deadpool if he didn't have no cameos. And you don't even remember Deadpool 2, do you? Exactly. All facts. Disney still in the process to buy. DPW was just a bonanza event. It's not a real film that moves the needle for where MCU is going. I definitely agree. So I could too much give a freak about him being in the show. Let's continue. I got one more news to share with you guys. Kind of thought this stood out a little bit. This has had to do with Black Panther. Shout out to Black Panther, excuse me. I follow him. He said, yep, been saying this recast T'Challa. So right here it says Black Panther read a mantle and is just a contextual history, backstory, and lore for the character that has been in the driver's seat since his inception. T'Challa is the Black Panther. I agree. Beau DeMayo comes in. I feel like there's a connection between certain folks and Marvel Studios. Nicknaming me Wesley and acting like all black people are interchangeable, and this idea that any black person could be Black Panther. Promote the mantle of Captain America and blame the black guy when the movie fails. But Black Panther. Any dark skin would do. Well, we knew this, Beau. But Beau, why is you coming out with all this? You know? Why is you coming out this? Why you got so much anger? You know? What was all this when you were still on the show? When you were still writing? And don't get me wrong, Beau, you was doing a dope job. But I'm just wondering why we getting all this now. It's just, I don't know. It's very interesting stuff here. Beau, it's nice to hear that, but you replaced T'Challa with T'Chaka, despite the fact that if all the 90 shows are canon to each other, then T'Chaka was clearly dead in the F4 cartoon. Still, yes, T'Challa is not interchangeable with Shuri or Desant. Beau responds, Marvel didn't want to use him, and I understand their emotional reaction. Also, anytime I use Black Panther characters, my usage and designs had to be vetted by Ryan Coogler. Wow. If I had Super Slice 75, what? I would use that right now. What? Hold on. I got something similar to that. Hold on. I got something similar to that. Let me read that again. Marvel didn't want to use him, and I understand their emotional reaction. Also, anytime I use Black Panther characters, my usage and design had to be vetted by Ryan Coogler. Hold on, that wasn't loud enough. I'm going to read that again because I want y'all to get the dramatic effect. Anytime I use Black Panther characters, my usage and designs had to be vetted by Ryan Coogler. Why does Ryan Coogler have such an attachment to Black Panther? So now this leads me to believe if Ryan Coogler has that much attachment, like that's his own character, we are not getting T'Challa in Black Panther 3. And I'm talking about the OG T'Challa, because he's still going to stand on that hill that T'Challa is dead. Let's continue. Using T'Chaka also allowed me to skip. Using T'Chaka also allowed me to skip the headache I endured when we used the Dora. And he's talking about the Dora Milaje, the women soldiers in Wakanda. When we used the Dora for a quick snippet in episode 10. What the freak? My guess was true. How the hell did they give Coogler complete control over the Black Panther franchise? Beau said, I think we wanted our Dora to have dreads and afros, and it was Vito. Well, I think them having bald heads kind of makes sense with them being women soldiers and people can't tug on their hair. That makes sense. So why would you give them dreads and afros for? I mean, Doors do traditionally have a bald look. I just find it hilarious that the Doors being bald is the part of BP lore that Coogler thinks is worth respecting. That ain't really talking about nothing. Beau said, yeah, they are, and that's why I was like, okay, we wanted to show different black hairstyles, but I got to know. That was the end of Beau. Now, this is my thing, Beau, and I try to get Beau on the channel here and want to come on the channel. Maybe he's saying that Fatal J just too real, and I'm gonna be asking him the real questions. And Beau, you still welcome to come on. But Beau, this is what I'm wondering. Why are we getting all this now? It's almost like the Carano situation, the Gina Carano situation. When you ain't getting them checks no more, you can put them on blast. But if you were getting them checks, you would stop talking. Now, Beau, they said a word on the streets is that you were doing some things you weren't supposed to be doing on the job for us. Beau, you always welcome to come in and tell me I'm lying. But word on the street was, and these pictures prove it. The pictures prove you can be on the kind of Paul side of the game, sus side of the game. Nothing wrong with Skittle Nation. Nothing wrong with Skittle Nation. I don't judge. But they said you were doing this type of stuff on the Marvel grounds. And people got uncomfortable. Just me having this picture right here, this long, I'm uncomfortable. But I'm trying to make a point. So they said you were doing this stuff. People got uncomfortable and they said, sir, you got to go. We'll give you a check, but you got to go. And Beau said no. Beau said no. Look, man, I understand you rip, you proud of your body. If I was ripped like that, I probably would too, but I'm not gonna go on my job and mess my bread, bro. You had the coldest. You had the coldest Disney Plus show that ever walked this earth. I'm talking about X-Men 97 even competed with a lot of MCU movies and annihilated them. And bro, you let the freak release. You let the freak release. You got out of control. You know? And now y'all speak. That's what killed me. Y'all speak for the fans when y'all get done dirty. Like, for instance, let me put this picture down. I feel really uncomfortable. Like, what's the old boy that was Cyborg and the old boy that was Cyborg in Zack Snyder Justice League? Ray Fisher. We didn't hear none of this when you were getting them checks. But as soon as y'all got the check, stop. Y'all putting everybody on blast. And to be honest with you, when you really look into what they saying, it's a bunch of nothing. It's a bunch of nothing. It's just to get us hyped. But it's really a bunch of nothing. You know? Because just like that dude said, you could have put T'Challa in there. But you was like, oh, Marvel's pushing it. Okay, but this was your creation. You should have fought for T'Challa. You didn't. But my name is Fatal J, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Fatal J, can you please tag Mark with a C, our in-house specialist on this subject? In this thread, we need his input as well, or save it for. We're gonna save it for Dark Council because I'm getting sleepy. Hormones kicked in. Even Michael B. Jordan played Cyborg. Did he? No, he didn't. Michael B. Jordan did not play Cyborg, man. It was Ray Fisher. Current culture sees people not as individuals with unique qualities, but as group blocks, defined by superficial attributes like skin color, etc. That's deep. Because they changed up X-Men 97 season 2 and all his past works. Yeah, it's gonna be trash. I can promise you, it's going to be trash. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be trash. I'm not really a Deadpool fan either. That first Deadpool movie was good, and I'm glad it did the numbers that it did. It was not nothing legendary though. Fader, as soon as you get your six pack, you're taking your shirt in the middle of the stream without warning. I mean, but I'm at the comfort of my home. I'm not gonna do that on my job though. You know, they do have a thing called human resource. You know, if you don't know what that is, you probably don't work. You live with your mom. You know, in the animated movies he did. Oh, okay. He voiced them. I didn't know that. We know it's true. Do I got some more news for you? I think that might be it. I think I got it all. Oh, one more news. And thank you, Mark, with a C, for giving me this news. I seen you made a video about this. It says right here that Marvel Studios' Black Panther 3 will be the first to release after Avengers Secret Wars, and which concludes the multiverse saga. Thank God. And this gonna suck too, because I want that multiverse saga to stop. See, and we even get Secret Wars. Secret Wars come out in 2027, so we still got to deal with this stuff for another. Let's see, it's 2025, 2026. We got 3 more years to deal with this multiverse stuff. Kill it, it's dead. I'm like Henry Cavill on Batman vs Superman. Kill it, it's over. You know, dang, y'all. The only thing that I'm hoping that we get out of this multiverse saga stuff with Black Panther 3 is we get T'Challa back. Let's see what the people saying, then we're going to close on that. I appreciate y'all for coming. So Black Panther 3 concludes the multiverse saga, now Secret Wars. That doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense if T'Challa return. If T'Challa is not recast, I would do all I can to take the movie, I swear. Surprise, this is the ending of multiverse saga and not Secret Wars. Releasing Black Panther under multiverse saga is important, I think. They need a new Black Panther. Okay, you thinking like I'm thinking, bad boy. That's pretty much it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Next week will be Dark Council, hopefully. And you know how we do on that channel. On that show, we have fun. We make fun of each other. We humiliate each other. You know, I really appreciate y'all for coming out. Let me see what y'all saying before I head on out. He did play Cyborg before and Human Torch. Okay. Oh yeah, I knew he played Human Torch. I didn't know he did the voice. That's dope. I'm gonna have to look that up. You showing H on your 6-pack? I deserve an extra grand for every pack. Jack Fader will be a different. Yes, I will be a different animal. I'm not gonna lie. I will be walking around with my shirt off a lot, but I wouldn't do it on my job. Nice show, so thanks, Fader. Thank you, brother man. Thank y'all so much for coming to the show. Continue smashing the like button. Tomorrow I will have the timestamps up. I appreciate y'all greatly. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm out of here.